Do you know that right now, in the dark basement of the White House, a secret battle is taking place? One that might surpass even the greatest mystery stories you've ever heard. To prepare just one ordinary meal, about 30 people are involved in a 96-hour secret mission, with security measures that may seem even more complex than maintaining nuclear missiles. Yes, the security surrounding the president's food is almost like that of a nuclear bomb. It may sound ridiculous at first, but in a moment you'll understand. So let's take a closer look at what Donald Trump eats and how his food is prepared through a mysterious operation. Inside the White House, this grand operation begins in a dark basement. A chef sits there staring intensely at a spreadsheet that looks almost like a military attack plan. It contains exact details of which ingredient will arrive at which minute and second, which oven will cook which dish, and the precise temperatures required for 20 different meals so that they all become ready at the exact same moment. One master chef and 29 kitchen staff members work together to serve what might be the safest food in America. But before this entire madness begins, before the massive operation starts, it all pauses for just one bird. Yes, a single turkey. But this isn't an ordinary turkey. It's the most important turkey in America. You can now imagine a giant turkey walking through the shiny marble lobby of the Willard Intercontinental Washington. It's probably the most expensive guest in the building. The National Turkey Federation pays thousands of dollars for 2 luxury rooms where plastic sheets cover the floor, royal-style feeding stations are arranged, and dedicated staff work in shifts day and night to ensure these birds live like kings. And this is where the real story begins. Because these are not ordinary turkeys. By the time they reach the White House, their weight becomes about 3 times heavier than a normal turkey, around 20 kilograms. They are genetically bred to look impressive on camera. But the funny part is that many of them can barely walk. Not only that, these birds undergo months of intense training so they won't panic under bright lights, sudden loud noises, or huge crowds of shouting people. They are even made to listen to music. Classical music keeps them calm. Some music makes them extremely aggressive, and some music completely confuses them. But there's a mysterious detail that nobody usually talks about. A United States Secret Service agent spends the entire mission physically inspecting the turkey down to the millimeter. They check under its wings to see if any hidden object is there. They examine its feet for sharp items. However, this inspection isn't only for security. The real reason is far more embarrassing. After leaving the hotel, the birds are not allowed to eat anything for exactly 12 hours. Why? Because if, during the live broadcast, the turkey suddenly poops on the president, that moment would become part of history forever. So they never take that risk. But while the whole world watches this celebrity bird with fascination, the real battle begins in the secret kitchen of the White House. At 5 a.m., the kitchen transforms into something like a high-tech crime lab and a military war room. No cooking has started yet. Only security checks. Every tiny ingredient must pass through the same strict screening procedures used for suspicious packages sent to the president. Each ingredient used in the president's food is investigated from its source all the way to the White House kitchen. Where did the vegetables come from? Which farm supplied the meat? Everything is checked. Even the truck driver delivering the ingredients goes through a background investigation. If the supply truck stops anywhere unauthorized along the way, the entire shipment is immediately rejected. When the ingredients arrive at the kitchen, every package is inspected for signs of tampering, tiny holes, broken seals, or signs that it was opened during transit. Then the packages are scanned with metal detectors. After that, they go through chemical and biological detection tests to ensure there are no toxic substances or harmful microbes. If necessary, they are even tested for radioactive materials. Finally, the temperature is checked to ensure that none of the ingredients spoiled during storage. Only after this entire process are the ingredients transferred into White House sterilized containers. Yes, White House chefs are not just cooks. They also act like security guards. Every dish goes through multiple stages of inspection from the moment cooking begins until it reaches the table. For example, when the president's grilled steak is removed from the stove, its temperature is immediately measured. If it is not at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit, 74 degrees Celsius, it must go back to the stove because federal food safety regulations require meat to reach that temperature. Soups, vegetables, desserts, every item must meet exact temp